everyone, it's me, Speed Force Legends, and today I'm going to be doing my ranking on all 7 live-action Superman movies, ranked from worst to best. Yeah, live-action, starring Superman Red Son and Death of Superman, but that's how it is on my channel, so I can pick whichever ones I want. Anyway, other YouTubers do it too, but that's not the point right now. I mean, keep in mind, this is just my opinion. You're free to have your own. And we can kind of agree on the bottom 2, while everything after that is whether you love it or hate it, because it really depends on which era you grew up in and what bugs you or does not bug you about movies. But yeah, let's get to it. Coming in at last place, we have Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Just wow, what a misleading title. It should be called Superman 4, The Quest to Kill the Franchise. Because this is an absolute disaster. It's one of the worst movies ever made. One of the worst superhero films ever made. And this movie was actually so bad that I couldn't even finish it. Okay, I was 27 minutes in. It was so boring and too ridiculous for me to understand what was going on or how anything worked. They give Superman all these powers for no reason. With his eyes, like, staring at something for so long it becomes invisible. Can put people down with his eyes. I guess he doesn't need to fly anymore. Build stuff with his eyes. I'm guessing there's no point in the super strength. He can... a piece of his hair can lift 1,000 pounds, yet it can still get cut. And there's even one scene where he kisses Lois, and then she falls asleep while standing up, and then forgets that he's Superman. Just wow. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is the villain, Nuclear Man. What? What a joke. I mean, definitely one of the worst supervillains of all time. He's not intimidating. I mean, he's so laughable that he makes Mr. Freeze from Batman and Robin look like Carnage from the comics. And that is saying a lot. Like the Superman in this movie, he's no better. He's got a lot dumber powers. He beats Superman with a scratch, and which I guess kind of makes him threatening, but still, a scratch, wow. And they give him Lex Luthor's voice. They throw a missile into the sun to create a human being. All of that does not make any sense, and he shuts down when the sun is not pointing at him. What a stupid supervillain. And this film was so bad, just like my number 6, that it got ignored by another film in the franchise that we'll be talking about later. Either way, this is just proof of why superhero movies should just end at a trilogy. The fourth installment is usually the worst, unless you're Avengers, of course. And we got the Batman quadrilogy, which I actually wish we would have gotten a film that wiped out Batman Forever and Batman and Robin and only acknowledged the 1989 film and Batman Returns. Because I'd consider that canon. If someone makes a fan fiction about it or a comic, I'm definitely considering that canon over those two any day of the week. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about Batman, although I will later. I'm talking about Superman. Anyway, let's just move on to my top 6. Superman 3. Now, despite how bad this movie is, Superman 4 is the only one I cannot stick to watch. I mean, this movie is bad, yes, and in some way more boring than Superman 4 because there's barely any giggles in it. As in, I can't get a good laugh out of it like I can with Superman 4 for how dumb it is. While this one, though, is more boring. Bad and boring, that's the kiss of death. I mean, it was even worse in the next one, Superman 4, anyway. This one, the villain, Ross Webster, is a ripoff of Lex Luthor, and not even a character from the comics. Well, guess what? You could have used Bizarro, Brainiac, or other villains, but you had to rip off Lex Luthor. Why couldn't you bring back Lex Luthor himself? Oh yeah, now you don't need to worry about that anymore, because now we have a new Superman 3. The real one, not whatever this is. Anyway. And the beginning is very stupid. And people falling into the sewer and other people walking by stepping on their heads. One scene where Superman is in a photo booth taking off his shirt, and just for a kid to find out that he's Superman. Then he goes drunk. When Lana Lang's son is calling for him, he falls down and fights an evil version of himself, literally, who just is there. This is arguably the Batman Forever of the Superman quadrilogy. And speaking of Batman, coming at my top 5 is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Now, from here on up, these are all films that I'll at least recommend that you watch, or goes from decent to good. Only my bottom 2 I will not recommend to anybody. Now, first, let me get the positives out of the way. I mean, Ben Affleck wasn't great Batman. Henry Cavill is my favorite Superman. And More so than Christopher Reeve, to be honest. And also, if you're coming to watch this to see Batman and Superman beat each other up, you won't be disappointed. Although, that does not mean this is a good movie, though. It tries so hard to be like Marvel. The reason why Captain America Civil War worked so well is because there was a build-up for Captain America and Iron Man to know each other before they fought each other. While in the DCEU, this film particularly, there is no build-up. We've had one Superman movie, okay, now where's our Batman movie? Oh yeah, we don't have one. And then, after we got a Wonder Woman movie, we got Justice League, and then we got an Aquaman movie. Now we're waiting for a Flash film and a Cyborg film. And now they need Aquaman 2 and a Green Lantern movie before they can bother to keep up with Marvel. And the Avengers worked so well because there was a build-up for that as well. The people who write this is bad. And while I can get past that, thing I cannot get past is they ruin the characters so much. For example, Batman shows up killing people with guns. Yeah, if you're a comic book nerd like me, then you know that Batman does not kill, for one, and two, he hates guns. Well, they also turned Superman into this Antichrist-like figure where they start throwing religion at our faces, and after he kills someone, everyone thinks that he's a god. And no, Superman is not a god. He's an alien. Do not throw any religion into our faces like that. And the whole, why did you say that name, Martha? Just, why did you bring that up? Why? And don't even get me started on Lex Luthor. They've turned him more into someone you'd expect the Riddler or Heath Ledger's Joker to act. And also, they try throwing in more bad stuff, like, more things to, more stories, such as Wonder Woman trying to set up the Justice League, and then the death of Superman's storyline. Oh, wanna know what would have been even better? Oh yeah, Lex Luthor using a kryptonite suit to battle the two. And they turned General Zod into Doomsday and did not make him look like his comic book counterpart. While I'm an Arrowverse fan, so I normally wouldn't care, but Doomsday deserves more than that. Anyway, I can honestly rant about the DCEU for a long time, but that would take a long time to make. Anyway, coming in at my top 4 is Superman Returns. Now, from here on up, these are all films that I will consider to be great movies. Only my bottom 3 are either guilty pleasure or absolute trash. And this film, honestly, think was a huge step up from Superman's 3 and 4. It's the real Superman 3 and has such great action and storyline to it. Other than that, I don't know what else to say. Brandon Routh as Superman was really good. But the CGI was pretty bad, even for its time. Anyway, coming in at the top 3 is Superman, the one that started it all, from 1978. This film is a masterpiece. It gave birth to the superhero genre. And it's proof why Lex Luthor is one of the best villains and definitely made Superman honor his comic book counterpart very well. And I like Clark Kent's origin, all that good stuff, and how it sets up the next film. It's just an incredible movie. Coming in at the top 2 is Superman 2. Now, just a heads up, you know my number 1. You're pretty mad at me. Although, I don't like these movies because of General Zod. No. I like them because I like them. Anyway, it's just like saying that the first 3 seasons are the only good ones. Well, definitely the only great ones. Only because they have speedster villains. When really that's not the case. It's the writing. And besides, season 5 had Reverse Flash as the main villain anyway. Well, I'm not gonna talk about the Flash right now. Still. Lex Luthor and General Zod were both amazing in this. And it's a really great sequel. And it's honestly a shame knowing that we didn't get more after this. As in, we've gotten pretty bad movies with the exception of Superman Returns, which I think we could have gotten more after with a Brainiac film or Doomsday before the DCEU decided to ruin it all. Honestly, it's too much to explain. But coming in at my top spot, first place, Man of Steel. Now, let me explain why. Oh, Superman kills people. No. Well, yeah, but not what you'd think. He didn't really have a choice, unless if he wanted the humans to die. Zod was going to kill them either way, and that's all he could do about it. He didn't want Earth to be controlled by Kryptonians or have all the humans get wiped out. No. So, I don't understand how that's a problem. I mean, He's even regretted that feeling, and I never wanted to do it again. And that is a good Superman. A terrible one would be one that's going around killing everybody to think he's a god or a communist or something. No. And besides, also, have you even seen Superman 2? He's even killed Zod in that film as well. Thrown him across the Fortress of Solitude, which I know it's not as silly as it sounds, but anyway. It's definitely what gave birth to a cinematic universe that was eventually ruined. This is by far my favorite Superman film. And the CGI was amazing. The dark tone was really good. And that's really all I can say. Well, guys, tell me your ranking in the comments below. And I just want to thank Arrowverse Songs for subscribing to me ever since I wanted to make this video. Bye.